We are on board the star of the seas, the newest and biggest cruise ship in the world. We're going to give you a quick tour of Stateroom 7520. It's an Oceanview stateroom here on board. Let's come on in.
As we walk in, you'll notice that Mark steps right in and there is a couch in front of him. So a nice place to, relax and enjoy your day while you're at sea.
Look at all of this space, Rocky. I mean, not only is there a couch, there's a giant bed, there's tons of storage. Where are we even starting?
Let's start right here at this
Okay.
table. So this is actually a movable table. You can reconfigure the cabin to your liking. Just be careful as you move furniture around to not make too much noise, but you can have it as a bedside table. You can have it right over there on the couch. It's super convenient. Now, as we look at this, the rest of this desk space, there's tons of surface area, including many drawers that you can pull out and get access to multiple different storage options.
Tons of storage in this stateroom. In addition, up here on the desk, you've got a USB, USB-C, you've got a standard 120. Don't worry, it doesn't look like a 120, but it is. You've got some light switches here that control both your makeup mirror as well as the entire stateroom. So lots of counter space, which we love. And again, I mentioned lots of storage with these drawers and look at that little baby mini fridge.
It's so small. Now, speaking of storage, moving over to the closets, you'll notice that there are two closet doors, but when they open up, you are filled with storage. Tons and tons of storage. You can hang some long items on that right side, pardon our backpacks in there for moving in. And then the left side still has even more hang storage. Plus below, you've got a couple of baskets.
Now, I thought these baskets were on slide-out drawers. No, they are just literally lift-out baskets.
But they're huge.
I don't know how long... I don't know how long that's going to last. Blah.
Yeah, that's not a great sound.
You know, there is a floor-to-ceiling mirror right here.
There
Look how beautiful this is.
That is a nice mirror that also opens up and reveals more storage.
More
this is where your
storage.
safe is located. Now, don't worry, the safe does look small, but it actually dumps into the closet. So you actually have a full-size safe in your cabin, which is fantastic.
Okay, let's go look over at the outlets and the charging and the lights. Man.
So right over here on the bedside, we have a bedside lamp that's mounted on the wall, along with a USB port on it, as well as a standard outlet below that with a light switch. There's your very slick, modern-looking phone, and a quick way to get in touch with your housekeeping team. You just scan the QR code.
How
you
cool.
don't have to call. It's fantastic.
I love the little shelves on the side of the bed. That's why I'm going to keep my phone at night when I charge it. Here, I'm going to move this little bedside table out of the way so you can take us through the rest of the cabin.
Great. So keeping with the theme of extra storage, yes, you can put your suitcases under the bed, which we will do as soon as those are delivered. And then you also have some more storage on the wall here on the pop-out that outlines the TV wall. Really cool use of space. I'm really happy with that.
Now, keep in mind, this is Royal Caribbean. I love how they design the rooms with the rounded beds because you do have to squeeze between the TV and the bed. I do want to point out, unfortunately, someone has already scratched. This is the second sailing of the ship, and someone has already scratched this TV. That's a bummer, but I do love the design element of the rounded bed.
And over here we have the other side lamp, as well as 3 different levels that you can store some items on, which we think is just so nice for that side table.
And
Mark is enjoying his little cat seat.
I love this little cushion here on the window. What a nice touch. Normally, you just have it's uncomfortable to sit in and take in the sun. Here, Royal Caribbean has thought about that, and they put in a cushion. I absolutely love that. And I love the blackout shades.
That's wonderful. We're going to sleep well in this cabin. All right, so then moving back to the front, there's another area that you are all wondering about that we have not shown you yet, and that is, well, before we talk about that, let's look at this thermostat. This thermostat is currently cranked down to 67. We're still waiting for it to hit that, but there are 4 different modes that you can turn your room lighting to. You have an all-on morning, evening dim, movie nice and quiet, and then sleep, of course, just turns on your side lights. And then the piece de resistance, this is the bathroom. We'll see if we call it that.
It's just a pull door?
It is a pull door. There is no handle, no nothing, no latch.
There is a lock,
but
it's just a pull door.
Now, as we get in here, the theme of extra storage continues behind the lav, or behind the loo. As you can see, there's more spaces on the back wall there. Right there is our lovely commode. And then we've got the shower. Now, the shower does only have an all-use item where you can have your hair and body wash in one. So if you have a preference of what you use, just keep that in mind. Now, as we keep going through, this is a nice shower door instead of it being a curtain.
Yep.
Thank you so much for that, Royal Caribbean. We love that.
Some hooks in the shower
Oh,
to
yeah.
hang your towels. The towels are in the shower, which is interesting.
Right.
Some hotels we see that in. More storage shelves over here next to the mirror on the sink. An interesting drawer. I don't know what we're gonna store in there. And then some shelves.
And don't forget about that trash can down below. Think. Well, that is your room tour of this Oceanview cabin. We do
got
have
a couple more
of hooks.
Hooks
That's right.
up here and here.
Which is nice. That is your room tour of this Oceanview stateroom here on board Royal Caribbean's Star of the Seas in cabin 7520.
Did you notice this?
I sure did.
Sleeping off the adventure. Please do not disturb. It's a magnet.
Isn't
How
that
cool is
cute?
that? Oh, look at our bags are here.
Hey, there we go.
We're gonna move in and see how this storage
All
actually
right.
works.
Sounds good. We'll see you all later.
Cheers.
It's the final morning here on board Star of the Seas from our 4-day preview cruise, and we wanted to tell you what we thought about room
7520.
Rocky. What'd you think about 7520?
I think the location of it was actually really nice. It was pretty convenient to be able to get up to the main pool decks or get down to the main dining room and the show lounge and everything else.
The elevators. We use the elevators more this sailing. They are the smart elevators.
They are, and they're smart.
And they're super smart. And so, absolutely. It was 2 quick jumps down to like the main promenade area, and then the elevators took you straight away up, and it was great.
It was great. Yeah, overall, I mean, this was a really nice location. The storage in this cabin is phenomenal. We didn't have any problems finding places to put all of our items, including the bathroom, which was fantastic for us. We really loved that.
We could easily do a week. We could probably do 2 weeks in this stateroom without any sort of issue in terms of storage. I mean, It was awesome.
What I will say is there are some balcony cabins around you, so just be aware of that because you will hear some doors slamming out to their terrace.
Now, not those infinite balconies that have the nice up and down.
No.
It's the door slam balconies. I personally did not love this location. I know that Rocky said he loved the location. It is super convenient, but we are on the main hallway that leads to the smoking section for the entire crew. And so all day and all night, we had crew members walking by the room and this hallway smells. They have this scent purifier that they put up that's always pumping out this fake aroma smell.
Yeah.
Personally, I would not book on 7 forward because in all day, passing back and forth, you've got crew members that smell like smoke. Not for me personally, and so that's something that you should be aware of in this cabin.
Especially if you are not a smoker.
Yes, correct. Otherwise, I mean, honestly, besides the slamming of the balcony doors above us and the slamming of our neighbors' doors next to us, it's against an adjoining room, and so those 2 rooms were adjoined, and they would go back and forth between each other. And our next door neighbor was honestly quite possibly the worst neighbor we've ever had.
Most oblivious person when it comes to
would take that door and just slam it shut.
So these doors are on a very quick hinge, so they do return to their closed position quite fast. And so if you don't catch your door when you're closing it or when you're leaving and coming back in, it is going to slam and it will rattle rooms around you. So please be a courteous cruiser and gently close those cabin doors.
We always say you can't control your neighbors, and it's not the fault of the cruise ship, but I am going to put a little bit of fault on Royal Caribbean here. Icon and Star are brand new ships. We've been on other cruise lines where they've got a more soft closed door. Much prefer that over the constant slamming of doors up and down the hallway. You can't control your neighbors, and ships know that, so put in some controls that manage that.
Right. I will say I like the technology within the cabin. It's pretty nice and easy getting the lights on and off and getting the air conditioning to run. That was pretty decent.
Felt a little Virgin Voyage-esque with that little, it's not a tablet, but the
little control panel, you have different scenes that you can set for your cruise or for your day, which is nice.
Plenty of channels on the TV, on-demand movies, and we are on Star of the Seas, so there is a 24-hour streaming channel of
Back to the Future. They run all of the different movies in that series throughout your cruise. So tune in 24/7. You have Back to the Future at your fingertips.
And if you don't know why that is important, it's because the ship has Back to the Future, the musical,
Yes.
which we saw and highly recommend.
Absolutely.
Overall, honestly, the rooms are decked out. They're beautiful. They're the wallpaper's great. Plenty of space in this room, especially. Just keep in mind a couple of those things that we called out that could be impacts to your cruise vacation.
Right.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I think that's everything for 7520. There's really not much more to share about it. Those are your little tips and tricks and be awares before you book for these style cabins.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, we're sitting on the couch.
We are sitting on the couch.
I love this little couch. Okay, until we see you in the next stateroom tour, thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Bye.